Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Welcome back, everyone. You know, one of the real benefits of being in the position that I'm in is that every once in a while I'll meet somebody who's just so dedicated about what they do, maybe gone through hard times and gotten to the other side of it. They're passionate, they're smart, and my guest is one of those people. It's Ashley Livingston. Ashley's been here a number of times. She's a co-chair of Friends of Recovery in Warren and Washington County. Welcome back, Ashley.
Thank you, Jesse.
Very nice to have you here.
It's always nice to see you as well.
You're such an inspiration. Every time you come in, and everybody here knows that you're coming in, we always want to find out, boy, what has Ashley been up to? You know. Now, Friends of Recovery. Let me just give you a little fill here. Friends of Recovery in Warren and Washington County, and the Hope and Healing Recovery Center in Hudson Falls are places where people can go who are facing all of the issues regarding recovery, even trying to face recovery for the first time, right, Ash?
Yeah. Well, see, Friends of Recovery Warren and Washington is the recovery community organization, and we spent a long time advocating for a recovery community center, which is the Hope and Healing Recovery Community Outreach Center. So,
okay.
And that is an actual place like brick and mortar, which we didn't have before, where we're able to offer peer-delivered services and host sober events. So I was on here before, and we talked about the Halloween dance and stuff like that. So we were able to host that there, like an actual venue that we're able to use now to raise awareness. And we're going to have a New Year's Eve sober jam. So I'm super excited for that.
You also did the sober rave.
Oh, that was
right?
at Crandall Park. That was a blast.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, there was like over 100 people that ended up showing up, and it just kind of gives people a safe venue. Right. I believe too that we might try to do the Super Bowl party at the center this year. I'm not 100%, but we've had 2 sober Super Bowls, so we just try to offer, you know, places and activities which would normally be centered around using. To be safe and supportive for individuals in recovery.
Well, you know what? There are the 2 most important words: safe and supportive. You know, anybody who has gone through it or knows someone who's gone through it, I know people have gone through it, but Ashley went through it herself. Mm-hmm. And first you have to realize that there's a problem. Then you have to try to face the fact that you need to do something about the problem. But then after that, Ash, it means everything to be able to have a support group, a support system, that one person maybe even that says that you can do this. And that was your experience, right?
It was, and I have an amazing family as well, that I really don't think that I would have made it to where I am today if it wasn't for them. But I also had like a recovery family. So I had a very solid, and I continue to have a very solid sober support network. And I think it's key that we love individuals until they can love themselves, because so frequently when we're in active addiction, we don't love ourselves. And so it's really important to kind of be that, catalyst and be like, hey, listen, like, you can do this. I did it. You can do it too. So you kind of put your hand out and pull them up.
And I remember people saying to me, oh, it's a weakness to reach out to people. It's not. It's a strength to reach out to people, right?
Yes, exactly. And it's also not a moral failing if someone is struggling with an addiction. You know what I mean? Like, it truly is a brain disease, and it doesn't discriminate. And anyone that tries a substance has the potential to become addicted as well. You have no control over how your brain metabolizes it. So that's also something that I'll be hosting at the Hope and Healing Center on December 27th is a SOAR training, which is Science of Addiction and Recovery. So I think it's really key that we continue to educate so that individuals are aware.
Now, at the Hope and Healing Recovery Center, it's kind of a community outreach center. They can point you in the right direction should you need help with recovery, treatment, if you might need some help with housing, you need some help with social services.
Well,
so you can point them in the right direction, right?
yeah, like if someone was to stop in, we would be able to direct them. I mean, it's not clinical.
Right, I remember you
So
saying that.
we couldn't do that, but you know, we do have like workbooks out. Like they're like all of our resources for Warren and Washington County mental health, substance use, different things that they could use. We also have another list that has like all the food pantries for both counties, Warren and Washington, stuff like that.
Right, I've got it. You know what? This is an epidemic. Ashley, when she was telling me her own personal story, you know, you never expected that one day you were going to be a heroin addict, right?
No.
I mean, you realize that and then all of a sudden you find yourself in that situation. And we've got these big drug companies that are still flooding the market with all kinds of opioids and all kinds of things that get children hooked. As young as 11 years old is what we see here, or people tell us about. So now Ashley also goes into the school system. You've been going to Hudson Falls, right?
Oh, I was in
right?
Hudson Falls last week, and that was really well received, I think. I actually got a Facebook message from someone that was like, hey, my niece was there, and she was like amazed. But with Friends of Recovery, Warren and Washington, we've done a lot of community forums with Hometown versus Heroin, which is the larger community coalition.
Sure.
So we've been into Granville, Glens Falls, Greenwich. We just did Greenwich as well 2 weeks ago. We've been, let me see, there's all kinds of them that we've done. Hudson Falls.
Well, you just,
trying to
you know
just
what? I think
list them
when
off.
I opened this interview by saying you're such an inspiration, and you really are. Now, just one last thing. There will be a sober New Year's Eve party over at the Hope and Healing Recovery Center in Hudson Falls. How can they best contact you?
They can either send an email,
To?
and that's forwwc@gmail.com.
Okay.
And I always give my telephone number out too.
I don't give it out on
No?
air. No, we can't do that.
Okay.
But give me the web address again, please.
So it's forwwc@gmail.com. And we also have a Friends of Recovery Warren and Washington Facebook.
Good.
So, and I administer that, so they could always message me there. You know, and we're hoping to have, the Hope and Healing Recovery Community Outreach Center is hoping to have like grand opening, because it's not like officially been really opened, in January. So I'm super looking forward to that.
Well,
And
we're gonna have you back for that. But please, if you want to go into recovery yourself, you know somebody who needs to, please contact them. Well, Merry Christmas to you.
you as well.
Okay.
And a Happy New Year.
We'll see you on the other side, and come back for the grand opening. Okay.
All right.
Great. Nice to see you. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.